Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Thanks for joining me. Recording this on Sunday, the 29th at 6 p.m. California time, but we're doing our Minor League Monday. And if you watched my previous episode of my Obak football cards, that basically lets you know what we're doing today on Old Style Classics Baseball Cards today. Is we're going to be doing a special Minor League Monday episode of Obak, mostly for TriStar, because Obak from TriStar from 2009 through 2011 was basically minor league cards of famous players. And in 2011 they did the football set, which I showed, but I do have a bunch more football cards and Obak cards that are from the National that I'm not going to show in these videos. I'll do a special episode about that maybe tomorrow night for Tuesday or something like that, because they'll go with Tobacco Card Tuesday as well. But if you know anyone who could subscribe, send them my way. Like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. People leave messages. Trying to hit that 200 mark. But we got a lot to show, so let's get to it. Just to kind of make this a little official, it's not going to be in particular order so much. I'll just quickly show you some originals. So this is Obak from 1909, 1910, 1911. American Tobacco Company did cards just like the T206s, but they did them out west for the PCL and the Northwest League. And so that I believe would be a 1910 card. So there you go. Murphy for Los Angeles, Moeller for San Francisco, which I've shown these before. These are pretty rough shape. Daly for LA for the PCL. Browning, San Francisco PCL. Just beautifully beat up cards, people, just wonderful. Barry, San Francisco. Briggs. I'm not sure what his name is. For San Francisco, it's got that stamp punched out of it. Alright, and Cameron, PCL. There's a few more, but just showing you some originals real quick. And then the red backs, which you might want to see. Alright, people. Those are the more beat up versions. Then here's an original graded. This is the first original 1909 one that I got for Stovall. So there's the 1909 back, which is what we're basically going to be seeing today. I pulled out the short prints, which I've showed before, which is like the Nolan Ryne for Jacksonville. So as you can see, it's these people as minor leaguers. So that one is from a different year. I believe that's 2010. Well, let's take a look here. No, 2009. So, but as you see, it's got a circle around the 23, which I talked about in one of my other episodes, which makes that a short print. So let's look at this in zoom. So 2009, there's the basic info. And as you can see there, so Nolan Ryne, Ted Williams for San Diego on the PCL. Another short print, and now it's got the square around that 27 up there, which makes it another level short print. You can look those up on Baseball Cardpedia. And then the Joe Bauman, card number 34. I put this in there because I've talked about Joe Bauman before, having led professional baseball with 72 home runs since the 1950s, until Barry Bonds went out of his way to beat that record. Buster Posey. So these are just some of the ones that I thought were more valuable. and put in these little top loaders. So there's Michael Stanton for Jacksonville, but that would be better known as Giancarlo Stanton. So with the Yankees, and then Chapman. This might be a different year. Okay, so yes, this is 2010, and this might be from the National. I'm not too sure. Let's see, it's baseball. Nevertheless, Cleveland. So I guess some of them, later ones, they did show them more as professionals. So the Joe Bauman, which I'm a huge fan of because of his record. I did also get the printing plate of Joe Bauman. So 2009 printing plate. You can go back and hear me talk about Bauman a lot. And super fascinating history about this guy. And then I also got the Mike Trout prospect card. That's a national card, which I'll probably show this again tomorrow or on the next video. Alright, so there we go. That's the kind of stuff I wanted to lead into, and just so you know, they did do these in full-size cards as well. So I have my two Andre Dawsons, but these are from the second and third year of Obak, but they do not have any of him in the mini, so I don't understand that. But I do have a few Dawsons, which is my PC guy. So just showing you that the cards would come like six to a pack, and one of the 6 would be a mini, something like that. Alright, so now we are going to show you basically the first year, for the most part, of these Obak tobacco minis. Alright, so let's get to it. Alvarez pro debut. So let me adjust this zoom a little bit. It's a little close. Alright, trying to get this just right, people. Alright, that's not too bad. Alvarez. Take a look at the back. So it's got that original looking kind of back there. Alright, just gonna zoom out. And as we said, the original back's obviously a little different size, but still in the same design. So we got Alvarez. Then you have Eric Hosmer. So with Burlington, pro debut, Eric Hosmer. Burlington Bees. I love these Obak cards, people. They're just epic. Matuzes. Frederick. So Frederick Keys. Baltimore farm system there. Card number 3. Alright, they're not sliding very easily. Got a second one. This adjusted a little bit so I don't have to reach as far. Alright, then Tazawa. It's a nice looking card for Portland. Portland Sea Dogs. So I don't know, is that Portland, Maine or Portland, Oregon? Got a second one. And as I showed you, so Yanoa, Arizona Athletics, I believe. So like I said, if you see that, the 5 is outside there, as opposed to the one that was circled or squared that makes that a short print, or they'll actually be numbered down here. Michael Yona, Athletics. Anderson, Portland. Just beautiful cards. I love these TriStar cards. First time I saw them was at Walmart in a blaster. After I started buying packs of cards again, when I used to, at the time, mostly up until around 2006, I was just getting like oddball cards out of like cereal and stuff like that. Beckham for Birmingham, Barons. And then I saw Allen and Ginters, fell in love with those old-fashioned cards. And then one day I was going through Walmart and came across these Obaks, and I bought a bunch of them. And then when I moved to California, a few years later, I basically bought all the blasters that they had at the local card shop. So just beautiful. And now on the blasters, never did get like a relic or an autograph. I did get some of these numbered and short print cards, but you probably had to buy hobby to get the autographs. Now maybe I bought one through eBay or something like that. I have to double check. But right now we're just showing you the base basically, and tomorrow, next video, we'll show you more of the short prints and limited exclusives and stuff. Tommy Hanson, Gwinnett Braves, which I have a couple more of. So Miguel Montero, I believe. No, Jesus Montero, never mind. Tampa Yankees, for the Yankees, number 13. I think this was like a 100 card set, 120 cards, something like that. Mike Moustakas there, Wilmington. Now, doesn't mean that the person had to be in the minors at the time that they're showing these cards, which you'll see coming up. So not all of them were, oh, the guy was playing there right then and there. Some of them are throwbacks to when they were in the minors. So, yeah, they're not bad. They got a decent amount of people who actually made it. The ones when they were playing, you know. So, once again, Moustakas. So here we go. Here's one of the throwbacks. Once again, Nolan Ryne, which I did show the short print version. The Nolan Ryne. He played for the Jacksonville Suns way back in the 60s, right? 66 and 67, it says down there. If you want to read that, please pause these. Oh yeah, make sure you set your video to 1.25. If I sound too slow for you, I'll sound a little more normal if you speed up the video. There's my man, Ryne Sandberg, played for Oklahoma City. Card 24. And have a couple versions of Rhino here. So, or 3 of them, I should say. So, just cool stuff, people. Beautiful cards. So there's Ryne. Alright, so Tom Seaver, I believe. He played with the Jacksonville Suns. That's cool background. Like that dark orange, that's pretty nice. So Tom Seaver. Minor League Monday, people. Alright. Snyder, so there you go, with Fort Worth. Duke Snyder, right? Yep, Duke Snyder. The Texas League there. So wonderful. Arlette for Oakland. So that's probably OPCL. Look at that hole in his webbing of his glove there, people. Old school glove. So that's an old school player, I would assume. Pacific Coast League. Russell Buzz Arlette, Oakland Oaks. So they're talking about him being a minor leaguers, but PCL was kind of the West Coast Major League at the time, so you might want to consider it more like Japanese Major League Baseball level of baseball as opposed to modern AAA. All right. Dalkowski, Rochester. He looks like Radar from MASH. Steve Dalkowski, Rochester Red Wings, Baltimore. So it's just beautiful set. Right up my alley. Eckhart. So the Mission Reds, Pacific Coast League. Oscar Ox Eckhart. And the cool thing about these people is not only can you get that little blurb about them there, you know, talking about him versus Ty Cobb and stuff like that. And he played professional football. You know, if you're interested, you might want to, you know, Google this person and find out more about them, because baseball's got a fascinating history that's not just Major League Baseball. And some of these people were just wonderful players, just either weren't seen by the major league teams way back then or weren't willing to go, like that Joe Bauman, you know. Hey, card 34, so like Joe Bauman just has a fascinating story, but just was at a point in his life that he did not want to go through the whole minor league system for the majors, you know, to wait around to go get called up. So actually he would have been next, so Joe Bauman would be next. But I mean, just you can pull up his story and just read all about him. Dude hit 72 home runs in one season, and did go and to the bigger, higher minor leagues to play for like Cleveland or something like that, and just was turned off by the lifestyle, the travel, and all that stuff at the age he was at, and went back to like the Texas New Mexico League there, because he had a family, you know, and had a business, like ran a gas station till he died or something like that. And so just kind of like Field of Dreams with the doctor, not everybody decides to go forward, to just go play in the majors. Yeah, especially back then, it was a little, you know, minor leagues was a completely different thing. Boone, Mission, beautiful designs. Ike Boone, Mission Reds, PCL. Got two of him. The next one, Burnett, Little Rock. Brunette for Little Rock. George Brunette. Card number 36. Now these cards are not sticking together. They just don't want to slide past each other when you're trying to take them out. Loader Milk. Mattoon. So that almost sounds like Canada. But that's Eastern Illinois League, so I never even heard it, and I'm from Illinois. Alright. Nesiel, Bristol, like special. Ron, Bristol Twins, Appalachian League, so pretty cool stuff. You know, miners were all over the place. And not just digging gold. The miners, alright, there you go, Jim Rice at Pawtucket, people. So another Hall of Famer. You get to see them in a different version of their cards, other than just Tops or Upper Deck or whoever, you know. I dig that. It's different. It's, you don't have to always be the same, and that's pretty cool. I dig that. And they're just beautiful minis. If you want to see any cards specifically, always let me know, and I could always pop that on another video if you need more time. Seeing Phil Rizzuto there. when he was in Kansas City when they were a minor league team. So there you go. Kansas City had a connection with the Yankees back then. All right. And obviously, he played with the Yankees. So we got 3 of those. And then we have Fowler. I believe he was the first African American player in Major League Baseball from the 1800s. They just don't talk about him. It's, all Jackie Robinson. But he was actually the first guy before the so-called gentleman's agreement to keep them out of baseball. He's the first one that suffered at that. 1878, there he is. So, Bud John W. Jackson Fowler. So he deserves his time in the limelight because he should be more significant in the history of baseball other than just these short little blurbs about him. You've seen him in like team pictures back then. So, and then we have cards for the ladies. Mitchell for Chattanooga. So Bernie Beatrice Jackie Mitchell, Chattanooga Lookouts. Became the first woman to sign a pro baseball contract in 1931 as a pitcher. She struck out Gehrig and Ruth. So fascinating. You could look her up if you're interested in, like, really? I didn't know about that. Well, there you go. Ricky. So, farm system. Branch Rickey. Wesley Branch Rickey invented the farm system. And whether that's been a good or bad thing, I mean, it brings stability to minor league baseball, but it eliminated a lot of competition. And it's created the system that we have right now, where the big league team basically runs the minor league team. And you got a situation like in Albuquerque where the Colorado Rockies don't have a good farm system, and so my minor league team never wins because they basically have to play whatever prospects the Rockies have. And so when your major league team doesn't have a good put money into it, then the minor league team struggles or never gets anywhere after 21 years and never, they've been in playoffs less than 5 times or less. So these are the guys that did Cracker Jack, people. So the centering is a little off cut there on the front, but the inventors of Cracker Jack from old Chicago there. So there you go. There's a Cracker Jack card, Peter B. That's just not Cracker Jack, but it's a card about Cracker Jack. So there we go, people. I have another Cracker Jack card showing for you there. All right, then we have Spalding. So I believe he played with the Chicago White Stockings back in the 1800s, which of course became the Cubs. And then started that sporting goods company, and Spalding is like, I believe, the basketballs they use in the NBA and stuff, and they used to be the baseballs that were used before Rawlings and all that. So yeah, he played in Chicago there in 1876 when the National League and Major League Baseball started, and designed the ball that is now the same design official year. I mean, the official ball that you see nowadays. In the last video we showed you the Heisman, so they do throw a few non-baseball stuff in it, like he's in his football outfit there, but he did coach some baseball and stuff like that. So he is baseball related, but the Heisman Trophy, so he is baseball related. So there's a couple there, and I showed that in the football episode, basically from yesterday. And then we showed this before, the Patel and Singh GCL Pirates, and that was a game show in India to find pictures from people who played cricket in India. So you can read about that. And there's a whole show about that you can look up. And the last one from this one is Bing Crosby, who owned the Hollywood Stars, which if you go back and watch my video about the original Obak cards when I first got them, and I talk about how the Hollywood Stars, they started off as another team, moved up to San Francisco, that didn't work, and then moved back to LA, became the Hollywood Stars, and how the Hollywood Stars are passed around. And but there you go, Bing Crosby was involved with old Hollywood Stars there for a long time. Alright, and just really quick, I have one from another set, the Chesborough, most wins in a season, and that comes from a later set, 2011 set, so the last of the TriStar Obaks, and he won the most games in modern era. 1904, had a 41-12 record, people, for New York, and a Hall of Famer in 46. So just beautiful stuff, people. You know, some great prospects like Buster Posey there. And these are just the tobacco minis. I have a ton of the full-size cards. And so there you go, people. Thanks for watching Minor League Monday. I'll probably revisit these cards again at some point in time, because I don't feel like I'm doing them complete justice here. I'm just kind of rushing through it. So at some point in time, maybe I'll break it down into smaller segments and give them a little more time in the limelight. And maybe my voice is a little more robust. Alright, people, thank you for watching. Have a good Monday and a good week. Alright, it's going to start getting busy for me, so alright, bye.